the starting fives for both teams, as we're just about ready to get this one started. Hi everyone, greetings from 2K Sports. Get ready for some NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony as well as Brent Berry. And we'll be catching up a bit from the sideline with David Aldridge. So here's Miami's starting group. In the middle, it's Olynyk and Adebayo. At the 2 and the 3, it's Butler and Winslow. And it's Dragic in at the point guard position. And for Atlanta, Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Young and Herter make up the back, and it's Len in at the 5 down low.
And speeding up the offense, something the Hawks began last season.
It was interesting for the Hawks kind of zigging while everybody's zagging as they made it a priority to get to the offensive glass, along with tons more field goal attempts in their offense, and that's been giving some defenses fits.
Now here's Len. Collins in the post. He's guarded by Dragic. Shot clock at 5. Poke loose. From deep. Here's Len. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
I love how Len is imposing right now his will and using his size to intimidate on the glass.
The Hawks shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season. Well, one thing you can say about the Heat team, very long and very athletic.
That helped them really stay competitive in a lot of games, but when you can't shoot the ball, really, really hard to come back in games where there's teams firing away from 3 and you can't mount any sort of offensive comeback.
Now here's Butler. Sinks that one from the post.
And Butler has really bulked up since coming into the league. You see his strength on tough shots with the contact.
Young taking his time here. To the right side. Hunter kicks to Young. Pass to Len. Outside Collins. Here's Herter. And that one is off. Some solid defense from Butler. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. He's looking for Olynyk and finds him. Banked in off the glass.
And you can see that Butler is the total package. Solid at recognizing when one of his guys is open.
And you look at Jimmy Butler. He's about 6'8", about 230 pounds. Great size on the wing.
And he keeps himself in tip-top shape. His strength, one thing I'm not sure the casual fan even recognizes.
Now here's Dragic. Outside Butler. From downtown. Olynyk dishes to Butler. There's the pass to Adebayo. Tipped away. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. They grabbed their own miss. And no good. But close on that one, so he'll shoot 2.
You got to be more cautious when you're guarding Alex Len. Obviously, his size puts you at an immediate disadvantage.
And the last 2 drafts, the Atlanta Hawks aggressively making trades to assemble this roster.
And drafting DeAndre Hunter and Cam Reddish, great length and versatility on the wings. You pair that with Trae Young and John Collins, and that's an exciting young core for the Hawks.
That one is off.
One thing that the Heat have done really for the last 4 years, block shots.
Well, they've had some very athletic big men. You think of Hassan Whiteside, who's moved on to Portland, and now Bam Adebayo. Length on the wings, and of course Dwayne Wade being the best shot-blocking 2-guard of all time. That's always helped their defense be scrappy and challenge a lot of shots.
and he sinks the second.
And even with the shift from Budenholzer to Pierce, the Hawks continue to rely on the three as much as any team.
No doubt about it. I think the front office still accentuating the fact that they want to find some floor spacers after that 19th pick in John Collins, a guy that can rim run and protect the middle. They wanted to go after as much shooting as they possibly could.
Here's Hero. Again, the Heat good for two.
And nice court vision from Dragic there to get a great look at the bucket.
Now here's Parker from deep three-point range, and the last second attempt doesn't fall. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Miami ahead. The trade deadline is approaching, and Jimmy Butler talked about how it feels hearing your name in trade rumors.
Feelings are different for everybody, to tell you the truth. For me, I don't think about it because whatever's going to happen is going to happen. You go out there and control what you can control. Try to help your team win games, play to the best of your abilities. And if it just so happens you get traded, then you got to suit up and play for the next team.
Staying level-headed and ready for whatever's next. That's Jimmy's mindset, Greg, in a nutshell.
And it's fair to say that the level of professionalism and maturity he possesses is really impressive.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And what stands out to you guys from the Heat in this one?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
On the court for the Heat, Johnson and Leonard together up front. Hero out there with Dragic, and it's Jones in at the 3 slot. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, when Trae Young was in college, he was known for his long-range shooting. But Young says, the people who know me best know that I'd rather get an assist than any other stat. I pride myself on making the right play. Knowing your teammates get joy and excitement from playing with you is all I care about. Kevin?
That's great to see. Thank you, D.A. Shot is good, and the Heat's lead is cut back down again to 5. The basket that time coming from Reddish. Kicks to Dragic. With social media, extended TV coverage, lots of distractions for these players, Brent. But some do a terrific job of blocking all that out and keeping their focus.
I think the roles and responsibilities of teams is changing around exactly what you're talking about, Kevin. You have to have people within your organization that help these players understand where it is that they have to focus most, and that is your job on the floor. And so really good organizations are educating the players on that. They're not just relying on the agents or outside sources. Teams are trying to get in there and impact guys at a young age to make sure that, as you said, that noise is not part of their beginning part of their career.
Can't make it a distraction. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Bembry. He's guarded by Waiters. Bembry misses. Miami leading by 7. That's a 2 from Butler. Jabari Parker comes up with the rebound. Young outside. Back to Parker. Jones finds Parker. And that's a foul called on Bam Adebayo. That'll be his second foul of the game.
It's his second foul, but not the end of the world. One more before halftime, though. That would change some things.
Kevin. Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. John Collins comes in for Jones. And Kevin Huerter subbed in for Jabari Parker. Off the inbound pass. Young's shot is off.
The defense is tough as it comes right there. He's a hard man to deny when he gets the ball to the rim.
Olynyk, great pass to set up the lay-in. Olynyk's got the lead up to 9 now for Miami. And so Young will bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. 30 seconds left to play in the first half. And he gets it to go. Hunter's got his first points of the night.
With a number of moves and shots to choose from, Hunter is scary. Nice bucket there.
Butler with the ball. He's picked up by Collins. Butler, no good.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Here's Waiters. Cross contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Yeah, there's a good indicator of Winslow and his feel for the game. I like how much he makes a concentrated effort to get the ball right there.
Miami shooting their first free throw of the evening.
Shooting one. Thunder sticks.
We know about him being the 4th overall pick in the draft, and Waiters still trying to find a role on this team.
And so it's Miami going into the break with a 10-point lead. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge standing by.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Jimmy Butler. Jimmy, you have come a long way in this league. When you look at your career now versus when you came in, how different is it?
Much different. I think on the floor, I'm supposed to do a lot more on both ends of the floor. And off the floor, I think it's still the same. People recognize my hair.
Well, it is a unique style. Jimmy, thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, good to see you. It was a closely contested first quarter for Miami. They never trailed by more than 3 points, and it was neck and neck the entire period. Their play in the second quarter was inspired as they turned what had been a tight contest into a 10-point ball game by the time we reached halftime. Let's hear from you, Shaq, on the Heat first half.
You know what, Ernie, I got to stand up on this one. I salute to their bench. Man, once the starters came out, man, the others just came to life. You got to love seeing that kind of contribution come from the others. Man, they look beautiful tonight.
Talk to me, Kenny. How did you think Atlanta played?
Well, they need to generate more points in the paint. The defense knew all along that they were going to shoot that jump shot every time down the court. There was no diversity in their offense. No one was able to figure out different things that they were doing. Very predictable offense, and I think that was the difference.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
Yeah. And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Here's Dragic. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. And so in the game for the Hawks, Herter the 2 with Hunter at the 3. Collins at power forward with Len at center. And it's Young in at the point. He kicks it to Hunter. Pass to Len. Here's Herter. Back to Len. Right wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fires it up. Rebound by the Heat. Linux got 4 rebounds in this game. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, the Hawks have been in rebuild mode for the last couple of years, but this season brings a lot of optimism. Passing on Luka Doncic, the Hawks drafted Trae Young. He was much scrutinized, but Young came on down the stretch. His playmaking makes other people better, and also, they hope, will attract a free agent or 2. Now the Hawks have added several rookies, starting with DeAndre Hunter. They believe they're poised to make some noise in the East. Kevin?
They took that gamble with Doncic, and getting Young, we'll see what happens. Thank you, D.A.
Well, putting the wingspan to great use, Len throws that one away.
So for the Hawks, Parker's checked in for Collins. Turner comes in for Hunter. And it's Reddish in for Kevin Herter. And a new group in for the Heat. Leonard, he's checked in for Adebayo. Johnson comes in for Olynyk. Jones checked in for Justice Winslow. And Hero subbed in for Butler. Knocks it loose. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
The Hawks making a switch here. Rabs checked in. There's 1:38 left to play in the third. Shot clock at 6. Gets a very good look and converts. Heroes got the lead up to 12 now for the Heat. And the movement to bring the NBA back to Seattle, the Pacific Northwest. Brent, you played there half a decade. I know you've got fond memories. How much does that city love the NBA?
The Seattle fans are incredible and I don't know how much,
knowledgeable.
Yes, and how much longer do we have to keep talking about how we want a team in Seattle?
One of the great cities in this country.
A fantastic place to play, to live, and the city is starved to get the Sonics back up there in the green and gold.
And they'll support them.
Oh, there's no question about it. So the time is ticking, and everybody's excited about the opportunity in the near future for the team to return.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And the basket by Johnson.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Pass to Parker. And here's Len. Back to Parker. Here's the teardrop. Johnson with the block.
Well, if you can use that athleticism on offense, why not try it on defense? James Johnson putting his 7'1" wingspan to great use.
Heat moving the ball around. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. To the paint, Turner with the steal. Here's Parker. Drops in the layup for 2. Parker's got his first 2 points.
Parker, a very good second jumper and pretty nifty around the basket. Controls his body very well.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Heat lead by 14. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us.
I need something to believe.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. The Hawks trail by 14. On the court for the Heat. Filling out the wings, it's Waiters and Butler. In the middle, it's Olynyk and Adebayo. And it's Winslow in at the 1.
This is Trae Young's game right there. Rise and fire. And these shots are helping out the offense.
Waiters against Collins. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
That's his first personal foul. At the line for the Heat, Dion Waiters. At the line for 2.
Free throw, good. Waiters. Well, Dion Waiters, the epitome of a player that can shoot you in or out of a game. Very hit or miss night to night.
Yeah, the thing about Dion is he's got a very short memory, Kevin, so he'll continue to fire it up there and try to make an impact in the game offensively. You're either on Waiters Island where it's full of life on nights where he's hitting it, or it's completely deserted, and there's no point in going.
And with this summer signing of Jimmy Butler, the Miami Heat demonstrating they still can lure star talent to South Beach.
The Heat back on the rise. The Butler signing sets the stage for the summer of 2021 when they should have the cap space to sign another max player.
Well, Heat leading by 11. Now Butler. And Waiters has it in the corner. Clock at 6. Adebayo passes to Butler.
2 minutes.
Over Hunter. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Pretty lax defense there. He's going to see fewer and fewer chances if he can't bury those kind of jumpers.
Outside Collins. Here's Bembry. It's Young on the wing. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. And Miami shooting has been fun to watch in this game. They're at 57%. Winslow finds Butler. Pass to Adebayo. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 3 assists tonight. A big bucket there to quiet this crowd.
And they need something to cheer about again, and soon.
Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 13. 1:12 left here in the fourth quarter. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kelly Olynyk.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. And that has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
I don't think anyone in this building saw this coming. I'm sure that of the players who these fans thought would beat them, his name was not at the top of the list.
Now, Trae Young wants to be a leader, but it's not about wanting it. You have to show it on a consistent basis so your teammates start to look towards you. Well, he's a third-generation point guard, is Trae Young. His father and grandfather both played the point guard position, and both of them really helping him arrive at this level.
Dragic kicks to Butler. Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
43 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Young. It's deflected. Young against Winslow. To the middle. Dragic. Good D by Parker. Here's Herter. Young in the corner. Hands the shot with nobody near him.
You got to keep the ball moving, and that time Herter's pass leads to an open look.
And guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
Dragic with it. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be